Have you ever seen those ancient Chinese emperors in paintings, wearing these giant hats with strings of beads hanging down over their faces? That wasn't just a fancy hat or a fashion statement. That was actually one of the smartest pieces of political philosophy in history. Part 1. 2 kinds of hats. In ancient China, not all hats were created equal. There were 2 main types. One is called the guang, a simple hat anyone could wear. And the other one is called the mian, a royal version. A big, stiff, ceremonial hat that only emperors and top officials could wear. Think of it like the difference between a baseball cap and the Pope's hat. They might both just be hats, just clothes for your head, but they command a different level of respect. Part 2. The beaded curtain. Now, the mian wasn't just fancy, it was complicated. It had a flat board on top, symbolizing heaven and earth, and hanging from that board were rows of beads, right in front of the emperor's face. Imagine attending meetings while a beaded curtain keeps hitting your nose. Not really practical, but nobody said looking good was easy. So why would anyone design a hat that literally blocks your vision? Part 3. The philosophy behind it. Here's where it gets deep. A clever scholar named Dongfang Shuo once explained, "If water is too clear, no fish can live in it. If a man sees and hears too much, he loses all his followers." In other words, emperors shouldn't see everything or hear everything. That's why the hat had beads to partly block their eyes, and jade ornaments by the ears to muffle sounds. The whole idea was, don't micromanage, don't overreact. Be wise enough to not notice every little flaw. It was a hat that shouted, "Don't sweat the small stuff," at the emperor. Part 4. Fashion meets wisdom. So, while Western kings wore golden crowns that marked them as the divinely chosen by God, Chinese emperors wore hats that reminded them to be humble. The beaded curtain wasn't just decoration, it was a constant reminder to stay humble, stay balanced, and forgive small mistakes. That's the essence of Chinese moderation, the middle way. So, next time you see a painting of an emperor peering through those beads, remember, it wasn't about showing off power, it was about controlling it. Ancient Chinese rulers basically invented the world's first do not disturb sign, and they wore it on their heads.